Hi there, this is Solitary Ronin from Solitary Ronin Films, and welcome to part 14 of my Aki Kaurismaki season. Today we're going to talk about The Man Without a Past from 2002. Again, I'm working from the Aki Kaurismaki collection on Artificial Eye, a lovely Blu-ray collection, which I would urge everybody to get who's interested in Aki Kaurismaki films. This is a film that I actually saw a while ago and really enjoyed, so this was a good rewatch to get more of perspective now watching all the Kaurismaki films beforehand, and there's a couple of little things that on first watch I just wouldn't have noticed I noticed this time around, and it was more emotionally powerful than the first time around. This stars Markku Peltola as a man who is on a train, comes to Helsinki, sits down on a bench and is attacked by three thugs, is beaten over the head and loses his memory, and is found by the waterside by two young boys and is taken in by this community of people who are kind of forgotten members of society. They live in shipping containers, and it's as he tries to get his memory back, he's involved in this community, and he meets a woman called Irma who works for the Salvation Army, played by Kati Outinen, again a Kaurismaki regular. There's lots of familiar Kaurismaki faces, including Sakari Kumanen as Antilla, who's the kind of security for the kind of dock area. He gives a fantastic performance. The banter between him and the Man Without a Past is absolutely wonderful. And he has a killer attack dog called Hannibal, played by Tati, one of the great dog performances. And it is one of the best attack dog characters in cinema history. So as usual with Kaurismaki films, music is very important. There's a wonderful scene where the Man Without a Past kind of converts the Salvation Army band to playing some rock and roll. The character finds an old jukebox and puts that into a shipping container. Music is always very important to Kaurismaki and in Kaurismaki films. This is one of his best, in my opinion. It's one of my favourite. It's absolutely beautiful. The character stuff is wonderful. The Kaurismaki humour is on top form. Again, it's perhaps not for everybody, but the banter, like I say, between Antilla and the Man Without a Past, it's absolutely wonderful. And again, all of Kaurismaki films have a real heart to them, and amongst the kind of, dry humour and sometimes black and white cinematography, this one's in beautiful colour. As he meets people in the community, again, Kaurismaki's making the point, and he makes films with characters that other filmmakers don't really bother with. The kind of characters on the outskirts. In this film it's about the homeless and the working poor who are living out of shipping containers. And as he gets to work in the charity shop. His relationship with Irma kind of blossoms. It has one of the great scenes in a panky or a bank where he tries to open a bank account for his pay from the charity shop, but because he doesn't know his name and he can't sign a name, it's difficult for him to actually get paperwork. He's arrested at one point because he can't actually provide identification. And in the panky, he gets not involved in a bank robbery. It's one of the greatest bank robberies of all time. But he gets involved with that. And again, it's about the breakdown of society. Things are being sold off. People are almost worthless now. And the film is about that as much as it is about a man trying to get his past back. And when he finds out where he comes from and who he is, there's obviously that dynamic between the world that he's found and the world to go back to. But the thing about Kaurismaki, his films are honest. His films don't follow trends. His films don't follow what's cool. The emotion you get from watching his films isn't faked. It's not manipulated. There's a simplicity to his films, but there's also a purity to his films. And in one of the scenes in a bar, there's a picture of Matty Pellenpah on the wall, which actually affected me quite a lot, which obviously I wouldn't have got on the first viewing, but kind of watching all those Kaurismaki, Matty Pellenpah films up to 1996 when Pellenpah sadly died, it actually hit quite hard when you actually see the photo of him on the wall. Because I do think since Pellenpah's death, certainly the two films since, they're much more humanistic and emotional. Not that the films beforehand weren't, but sometimes some of his films are lighter than others. But I think after Pellenpah's death, I think that must have affected Kaurismaki, and the films near the end of his career, unless he makes a comeback, are a lot more emotional. But again, it's not a cheap emotion. It's not a manipulated emotion. Well, at least I don't think so. It is earned. There's a wonderful humanity to it. Again, these are homeless people. These are kind of outcasts, but it's not condescending. And again, it's not, schmaltzy. Again, Kaurismaki doesn't have the kind of lush, condescending, heartwarming music that perhaps other filmmakers would have if they were making this film. He's still sticking to his rock and roll, and his 50s and 60s music, even though this is obviously set later. There's a real honesty to it. There's a real purity to it, and it's right up there with my favourite Amnesia films, along with Hal Hartley's Amateur, which is a really fun double bill you could have with The Man Without a Past and Amateur by Hal Hartley. They're both quirky, independent little films, but there's so much kind of social commentary going on underneath Man Without a Past, again focusing on the people that are left behind in society, in Helsinki. At times it's almost like a universal monster film at the start. There's an Invisible Man Frankenstein element at the start of the film, and again there's just lots of little details little character details that are wonderful, as they always are in Kaurismaki films. Again, great performances by lots of regulars. Katty Outinen with those wonderful eyes and that wonderful face that she has. And like I said, Sakari Kaurismäki as Antilla really gives the film, the wonderful humour, and it's just an absolutely wonderful Kaurismäki film. Again, there's not a lot of plot in it. Narrative drive doesn't really matter that much. It's about character. Again, it has one of the great bank robberies in cinema history, but it is a Kaurismäki bank robbery, so you can make of that what you will. It's one of my favourites so far. Got 3 left. But Man Without a Past from 2002 is highly recommended. It's just a wonderful, wonderful little film. So thanks so much for watching part 14 of Kaurismäki. Like I said, there's 3 left, and hopefully you'll join me for those 3. Again, leave comments below if you have seen Man Without a Past and what you think of it, and hopefully you'll join me again as we continue on this Finnish journey. This is Solitary Ronan from Solitary Ronan Films, saying farewell.